everything that's going on in Japanese Grand Sumo. Whether you've been steeped in sumo lore since the Heisei era, like me, Stan, or you're a dedicated fan who wants to get deeper into what's happening on and off the dohyo, like our good friend Troy, or you're brand new to the world of sumo and just want to learn what it's all about, no matter how much you know about the sport, the Sumo Show has something for you. So let's throw some purifying salt into the ring, do a few big Shiko foot stomps, and see what's new on this week's episode of the Sumo Show. So konnichiwa, everyone. And Okairi, welcome back to my co-host, Troy.
Well, hello.
Hello. Okairi, welcome back.
Thank you. It's good to be back. I am unfortunately suffering from bad air quality voice.
I think it makes you sound sexy.
Thank you. Yes, I do like to pair my sultry voice with my surprising sumo.
Surprising sumo.
So I have an admission to make, Staniel.
Yes.
Well, I've been, working off-site and doing a bunch of consulting as I'm often want to do, and I've really missed out on sumo. I don't even know.
Yeah, I don't. This has been such a great tournament.
Of course, it has been.
It has been a great tournament.
So just as we anticipated, it's just been.
I mean, we got to the midway section. We were looking all excited about our two Yokozuna.
Mm-hmm.
And the second week, we were all poised for what would happen in the second week. And the second week was not a letdown.
Paid off. All right. Big surprises?
Some surprises. I don't know that they're big surprises, but there were some surprises. Some good and some bad.
Okay. I'm wondering if there are any surprises with the Shodai surprise.
You know what? I think you will be surprised with Shodai.
Okay, very interesting.
Or maybe you won't be surprised at all. No, I think you will be surprised.
Okay, he's Yokozuna.
It's now Yokozuna. He just came in and took it. Came in one day, hit one of them over the head, and said, "I am now Yokozuna."
I am now Yokozuna.
Shodai, sure thing.
Yeah, he put on his Hoshoryu wig and yeah. Okay, well, awesome. Any heartbreaks?
Depends on who you root for.
I root for all humans.
Well,
no, actually, I really
don't. Heartbroken.
I see.
You know what? I'll tell you this. Not only did the tournament was it a great tournament that was exciting all the way to the end, but when I did the numbers on our Fantasy Oyakata game, I said, "What?"
Wow. Okay.
I will tell you this: there was one day in this week 2 where something happened, and I said, and I did. I literally sat here at my desk. I hit pause on the beat. I'm going, "What? What? Huh?"
That is great. I hope.
Strangely, it's not one of those highlight moments. But it was a moment of complete shock for me.
Wow. Okay. Well, so we must have some really nice highlight moments to cover, and
I hope so.
Okay. Well, I believe it. I believe we do.
All right. Well, shall we dig into it? Shall we get going?
Absolutely. So, is there any other news that we need to know? Like any kind of someone's hurt, someone's retiring, somebody's opening up a sushi shop, or
no big news. I mean, there will be some things that happen during the thing, but nothing big like that.
Okay, gotcha.
No one's had to be carted off and sent.
Right. Nobody's evil twins showed up to wrestle them or anything. Or yeah. All right, I love it. Well, I'm excited. I'm super stoked. It sounds like really, honestly, it's some solid sumo.
It was. There were some really good matches, and I tell you, I'm still getting used to us doing this show in this format, or
Yeah.
covering tournaments in this format, and I have not yet gotten into the habit of making good notes for myself about a a really good match, because I'm still
Ah,
used to the we're doing it every 4 days and I will remember. But this
yes,
is a
yeah.
week later, and there were a lot of really, just really good matches um, that I will not remember to talk about.
Right, right. Well, I mean, let's touch on that for just a moment. How are you feeling about the cadence? A little weird? Should we?
I think that so it's I have mixed feelings about how the cadence for the show is. One is it's about right for my schedule, right?
Yeah,
That coming in and doing the 5 shows over the course of the tournament is what I really want to do, but my schedule can't bear
can't
it
sustain.
easily,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it
yeah,
puts the entirety of my life into stress. So
yeah,
I I I think that this Sunday's show style that we've done this time around
yeah.
is probably the way to go. But having said that, I realize that I am going to have to make some changes for me just to mark down and remember things, specific things that
Right,
could that
right,
I would like to say something about. You know, um, I will sometimes say to you, "Oh, you really need to go watch that match. It's a good match."
right.
There's
That's
a
right.
lot of
Yeah,
matches that, particularly this week too. Here, there are a lot of matches that I think are worth seeking out to watch that I'm not going to remember to talk about. So, so that just tells me that when we do the Kyushu Basho in
we gotta.
November, I'm
Yeah,
going to have to try to remember to. I'm going to have to try out a new system where
right.
I am making more notes and hope that it works first time around,
Yeah.
because they don't always.
Well, friends who are listening, whether you're listening live or later on demand, let us know what you think. If you got some thoughts on, did you appreciate sort of our cadence and how we kind of came in at the beginning and the middle and the end? We felt like it might be a little more engaging and that folks might be a little more interested in stuff that was closer to the day and date. Let us know what you think. And uh, no, doing less shows is not going to be the answer, so don't even try it.
We could just, we could do a preview and then just when it's all over, do a wrap up.
That's right. These people are just like, "Hey, could you just play the theme song and then cut and then wrap?"
There you go.
Uh, yeah. Well, there
Um,
we go.
oh, I tell you, here's one thing that I did discover as I was watching some of the sumo coverage. I've in the past I've talked about um, a bunch of videos that have been done by another sumo channel, and I
Yeah.
kept saying that it was Sumo Spiffy, but it's not. I
Oh.
although I love them too, but this is a show that's just called the Dohyo, and it's
Oh, yes.
with uh, Mr. J Swag.
Yeah.
Um, and so a lot of the last episode when was referring to videos by Spiffy, I actually meant uh, J Wag.
Um,
So
yeah, so what we'll do is we'll go back through and we'll dub over.
yeah,
I'll do the
I
voice for
think
you.
that J Wag did a really brilliant thing.
Thank you, the doyo.
The Dohyo.
That's great.
It's kind of hard to make Sumo Spiffy look like Dohyo.
Yeah, but sometimes you just got to do what you got to do.
Yep. Anyway, I thought it was important to kind of say that and get some
Sure.
love out to the Dohyo show, the Dohyo show,
Yo yo.
um, and definitely encourage you all to find their channel and sign up for it. And there's a lot of very interesting coverage, not just of the matches, but he does very interesting in depth looks at uh, who he thinks is coming up, who has an advantage. He also will do coverage of He did a very good couple of videos about what it takes to get historically to get promoted to Yokozuna or Ozeki with a lot
Ah.
of fact numbers based stuff.
Oh, I
So
love that.
yeah, yeah. So please check them out. And my apologies for getting that wrong in the past. All right. If I come over here and I hit this button,
Ow! Oh.
I poke better than a poke in the eye. So we're going into day 9 here. This is the day 9 schedule on the screen right now. We came out of the middle weekend with Hoshoryu at a perfect 8-0. He's the leader, 8-0. And behind him were 4 people tied for second place. Our other Yokozuna, Onosato. No, only 3 people. M7, Mike 7, Takanosho, and Mike 11, Shodai.
Shodai.
And so, in the absence of having made notes to myself, I'm looking at what I wrote on the Sumo Show group. Maybe it's a really good time to point out, as we usually do several times, that there is a Sumo Show Facebook group. And each day during the tournament, I will post basically a morning assessment of what happened yesterday, and then as the videos become available, I link them in the comments section. So that's my clearest note taking. But what I don't do is dive deep into which matches were exciting the day before. I just kind of give an overview of how people are doing. So here on my day 9 show notes, I point out that Hoshoryu, while he's 8-0, had a couple of near misses in that week 1.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
We
Right.
talked
Yeah.
about that
Yeah.
last time. But of course, that's not to rag on him. That any yusho win is going to have surviving the near misses, having things fall your way. So he was coming in, but I will admit that coming into week 2, I was a little trepidatious that if he continued to have those couple of little sloppy moments, that things could get dicey for him. Also, I mentioned on that day how well Shodai was doing. We got halfway through, and Shodai is there in second place.
Yeah.
7-1, looking like the Shodai of old.
There we are. That's what we want to look at. Sorry, I was all over the place.
So going into week 2, keeping an eye on Shodai in a good way. And Hakuoho injured his arm in his match against Takayasu and had it bandaged like from the elbow up to the shoulder. And for a couple of days there, he, in fact, on day 8, we talked about this. He looked like he couldn't really use his arm very well at all. And
hey, are we on the? Sorry to interrupt, but are we on the right view of this? We're looking at matches.
Yes.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I'm. Take a look at the screen and tell me if that's.
Yes.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I just didn't see. For some reason, I'm not seeing Shodai's name on here, so I was.
Well, it's because it's not the whole thing.
I got you.
There are 21 matches.
Yes.
So if we scroll down, we see that on day 9,
there we go.
Shodai was fighting against Tobizado.
Got you.
So yes, so that's where things stood. Now I'm going to come back up here, turn on the results, so we can see the results from day 9.
Yay!
That Shishi went to 6-3, and Shodai beat Tobizado to go to 8-1. Tobizado 6-3.
That is
Hitoshi
just
lost again. A lot of people picked Hitoshi, and he's 50-50 in it, up and down. Now, one of the really interesting things was Daisho. Remember our former
Yeah.
Sekiwake near Ozeki Daisho, who injured himself and missed all of the July tournament, so he's dropped way down the Banzuke, and was not able to train properly. In fact, not able to spar at all leading into the tournament, and was looking kind of shaky. He came in at 2-6 after 8 days. But on day 9, he beat Ura, who was having a pretty good tournament. And although we're probably not going to talk about it a lot, over the course of the second week, Daisho started to pick up some steam. He still didn't. I mean, he's not there at 3-6. He's very likely not going to get the Kachikoshi. We knew, but he could still come in and do himself some good, and hopefully keep himself from getting dropped down out of the top division. If he had only wound up with those 2 wins and nothing else, he'd have been down in Juryo next time. And so we'll watch here, but I will tell you flat out, he had a pretty good second week. Kusuno beat Kinbozan. There's another couple of names we know and like. Aonishiki beats Abi to go to 7-2.
Not super surprising, that one.
Abi's having a terrible tournament. At that point, he's 0-9. He didn't have a win.
Ouch.
0-9.
Wow.
He and Gonoyama, see down there, Gonoyama lost to Ichi Yamamoto. Both of them winless after the first 9 days. I guess Takuoho must have hurt his shoulder against someone other than Takayasu, because there he is beating Takayasu.
Right.
On day 9. It was another good match. He's very gutty, and he could move his arm a little more, but it still looked, like his broken wing.
Oh.
But he would come up, and Hoshoryu goes to 9-0 by beating Koto Shoho, the winner of last Basho, the winner of the July tournament. Yusho, he was a champion, and we were all wondering, is this the start of something new, or is it just him peaking? And it's really looking like him peaking, because he's 2-7 here after 9 days. And Onosato beat Wakamoto Haru. So what am I going to do here? I'm going to scroll up here on the screen you can't see.
Uh-huh.
And I'm going to plunk over here. We're going to go look at day 10.
All right.
And so Hoshoryu continues to lead 9-0. Onosato's one back at 8-1. And it's already, they're ahead of everyone else. Everyone else has fallen back behind. And Aonishiki, Takanosho, and Ryuden are 7-2. I noted that in that beating of Koto Shoho on day 9, on the beating of Koto Shoho on day 9, Hoshoryu very nearly lost. Koto Shoho came out fast and got Hoshoryu moving backwards, and got him to his feet on the edge of the ring going backwards, and really had him in a bad situation. But Hoshoryu made one of his really nifty side moves at the last minute, as Koto Shoho was coming in to push him out, and got out of his way, and Koto Shoho couldn't stop himself and just stepped out over the line.
So, Stan, some of the things I'm hearing, out in the community and on Reddit and stuff, but I'm trying to find the comment, but it's not too conclusive. Maybe you can help me. Did Hoshoryu do a henka?
That's coming up.
Oh.
Yeah. No, he did.
Wow.
He did a big old stinky henka.
Oh, no.
So yeah, that was when it happens, we'll talk about it.
Okie dokie. I wasn't sure if a nifty side move was code
Oh
word.
no! Oh no! That's not this. This was he saved his bacon, but it was a nice move. The henka was a big stinky
Oh
Heiko.
boy. Okay. I'm bracing for impact.
So let's see. Daisho gets another win there against Kusano. Shishi loses. Tobizaru comes back to win to go to 7-3.
There he is. Nice.
Uda also goes to 7-3. Takanosho beats Shodai to make them both 8-2. That's how Shodai drops out of that leaderboard. And what do we got here? Takiyasu beats the completely hapless Gonoyama. Abi gets his first win, beating Tamawashi, who's having not a great tournament score wise, but he was fighting hard. I really thought for sure that Tamawashi would have his number, but Abi got that win. Wakataka Kage gets his 5th loss, which means that his hopes of getting that Ozeki promotion just pretty much gone. I mean, he's now at the point where if he wins all the rest of his matches, which would mean that he would beat both Yokozuna and the Ozeki and Kotozakura.
Yeah.
That he would hit 32. You were looking at that, hit 32 and have beaten all the champion level guys in the tournament, and there would be an argument for giving him the promotion. I would not spoil anything by saying he doesn't do that.
Yeah.
He does not do all of those things.
You're right.
Kotozakura manages to get his 7th win. He wasn't looking super hot in that first week, but he's steadied the ship a bit. Beat Kirishima, who's just up and down. And just kind of, some days he looks good and some days he really doesn't. It doesn't seem to be a physical thing. Although, I mean, it might be. It might be like an achy shoulder or an achy lower back that just isn't problematic all the time. But wake up on a day feeling stiff and you're just not going to perform well. Yes, Onosato beat Koto Shoho, and he beat him right. He just wiped the floor with him. And Hoshoru beats Wakamoto Haru to keep things at that same balance. 10-0 for Hoshoru, 9-1 for Onosato.
Wait, Onosato is 9-1.
9-1.
Okay, gotcha.
Hoshoru 10-0. I'm looking at my notes again. Yes. Oh, and look, Aonishiki gets his 8th win. He gets his Kachikoshi.
Nice.
Here on day 10. Beating Hakuoho. That was a really good match. Wow, that was a really good one. It's one that I mentally wanted to make note of, and it's only because it's important here that I'm remembering. If you can go back and find the day 10 Aonishiki and Hakuoho match, well worth watching.
Okay.
Anyway, so we'll now go to day 11.
Well, before we do that real quick, I just want to ask, like, who do we have that's so Abi's 1 and 9.
Who do we have who's doing terrible?
Yes, I just want to get a quick day 10 assessment.
Gonoyama's 0-10, Abi's 1-9.
0-10. Oh my gosh.
Atami Fuji is 2-8.
Ouch.
Anyone else doing that bad? We got a bunch of 3-7.
Oh, Nishiki.
Yeah, no, look, we got 3-7. We got Mitakaeumi and Meisei, and up higher we got Tamawashi and Takayasu. So yeah, those are and Ichi Yamamoto. So
ouch.
Yes.
Thank you for indulging me. Yes.
Day 11. And what do we see here? Day 11. Oh yes, Shodai gets bumped up. He's doing well enough that he gets bumped up, and he fights Aonishiki on day 11.
Oh.
Shodai and Aonishiki. Now that taking that up off the screen, so we're not seeing what the result is. What do you think about that?
I think, I absolutely have no idea. My gut is that, I was going to say, and he doesn't deliver, but he's in a zone right now. He's in some kind of a fugue state where all he does is try harder and succeed. So, yeah, I don't know.
All right, fair enough. I see one of the things we see here is the West Side won the first 9 matches,
Yeah,
all right up the West Side.
yeah.
Um, Shishi wins, Hitoshi wins. It's still 5 and 6 though. Ura loses, Tobizaru loses, Roga loses. But here we go. Kusano beats Hiradomi. That was a pretty good match. Abi gets his second win, beating Atami Fuji. So now they're now both 2 and 9. Gonoyama still hasn't won. He loses to Tamawashi, 0 and 11. Aonishiki Shodai, right there at the top. Who wins?
Wow.
Shodai wins.
Jiminy Cricket. He is on something.
To stick with the leaders, 9 and 2. Aonishiki, 8 and 3, which is great, right? He's got his Kachikoshi. He's going for another double figure tournament, which seems very likely. As Komusubi, he's going to have an easier week here in week 2. But the head-to-head with Shodai won. And my thought was that the schedulers thought, well, we'll throw Shodai up and to have a fight with the Komusubi. He'll lose that, and then we can start putting him back down with regular people, because he's here near the very top on day 11. When you see day 12, he's near the very beginning of it. But having won, that makes it seem even stranger. He's up to 9 and 2. And Wakataka Kage loses for the 6th time.
Waka.
Which means that, yeah, for sure, his chance of promotion now not even in that strange, it's a mathematical chance. It's not even mathematical. He's trying to make sure, he's trying to get Kachikoshi now at 5 and 6 after day 11. That's he's now in danger of losing his Sekiwake hood. This sounds like exactly what happened to Kirishima earlier this year. And 2 years ago. They get right up to the edge, and then not only do they not make it, they tumble.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's kind of my way of saying, not to mock them, but it's hard to do. And performing that well at that level consistently over half a year and more is just a tough slog. So, yes, Wakataka Kage not looking awesome.
I'm just so bummed about that. And I apologize to everyone that picked him. It's my fault.
Kota Sakura gets his 8th win, which is good for him.
Yeah.
No more. The last few tournaments, he's barely struggled by. He's been either 7 and 7 on the last day, or just made it on day 14. Here we are, day 11. He got his 8th win. Good for him.
Yeah.
Kirishima loses to Hoshoryu. Hoshoryu goes to 11 and 0. And Onosato beats Takayasu to go to 10 and 1. Continuing to be right on target, right?
Yeah.
What we're hoping for at this point, we're same thing we said before. We want them both to win out, which means on day 15, Hoshoryu will be perfect, and Onosato will have 1 loss, and they'll fight in the very last match. And if Onosato can beat him, then he'll force a playoff. And if Hoshoryu beats him, he wins the tournament. And we're staying on that race.
Stay on that hope and dream as we move through to
going into day 12. Hoshoryu still perfect. Onosato only 1 loss. And in second place is just Takanosho and Shodai.
Can you jump over to day 12?
I can.
Nice.
I can
Ay,
skip
ay,
up
ay.
so you don't see the
Yeah,
big time results.
yeah,
Yeah, Shodai here faces Ryuden on the next day. Um, and loses.
And loses,
So he
and
beats
loses.
Ishiki and then loses to Ryuden.
That's hilarious.
Um,
That's so
yeah,
Shodai.
that's so Shodai. That's just so Shodai.
My favorite Disney tween series.
Yeah. The previous day, the Onosato Takayasu match, really good.
Okay.
Onosato has been destroying a lot of people.
Yeah.
Takayasu put a real scare into him. He came off like the one loss that he's had in the tournament so far was to Hakuoho, if you remember, and maybe you don't because it's now 2 weeks ago or 10 days ago.
Right.
Hakuoho came off the tachiai like a cannon and just hit into Onosato before he knew what happened, stood him up a little, and just before he could regain his senses, pushed him out. And Takayasu came off that same way. Big tachiai, which pushed Onosato back a little. But Takayasu's not as young and spry uh, as Hakuoho is, and Onosato managed not just to go backwards, but to kind of move around the ring a little and got his feet set under him. So when Takayasu came and hit him, he was square ready for him. And Takayasu is the reason he's having a bad tournament is that it seems like his lower back is giving him problems. And if you stop his forward momentum and make him have to dig in for going backwards, he doesn't have the he doesn't have the stomach for it, but he doesn't have the back for it. And that's what happened here. Onosato got his feet squared under him and the Tawada, the rope edge behind his feet, and was able to take that second impact and stand Takayasu up and then drive him back and out of the dohyo. Yeah, I'm looking at my notes here again.
Yeah.
And I was talking about how in beating Aonishiki the day before, Shodai had looked like he did 5 years ago when he was promoted to Ozeki. He just and he's the big surprise of the tournament. But he came back against Ryuden and looked like Shodai of 3 years ago.
Right.
Which is a shame for him. Kusuno loses to Chuda Naomi. Daisho gets his 6th win there.
Nice.
So he's starting to look better. He's in his matches. He's now he doesn't have the power drive, but he's starting to make better contact with his Tsupari and to push, particularly the mid rank and lower Rikishi, be able to drive them backwards, which he really didn't seem able to do in week 1.
Yeah.
Atami Fuji gets a 3rd win. Hakuoho loses again. Gonoyama gets a 1st win. Gonoyama finally wins. Who does he beat? He beats Abi. It was a match. It was a day 12 match where they had 2 combined wins between them. So that was kind of funny. Wakatakakage gets a win. Back on track, 6-6. Kotozakura loses to Takanosho. And Onosato beats Kirishima. And Aonishiki beats Hoshoryu.
Wow. All right. That does explain a lot of the buzz. That explains it quite
Aonishiki comes in and does it. And does what no one else can do.
That's great.
Yep. Aonishiki came kind of like what I was talking about with uh, Onosato previously. Aonishiki got off um, the Tachiai super fast, super strong, and started pushing Hoshoryu back. The interesting thing was that Aonishiki was taking control of this one, but Hoshoryu kind of, although he was fighting defensively, he's good at that,
Yeah.
and he got him in a position where he often will win by pulling a leg trip, and he went for the leg trip and didn't manage. He didn't pull it off perfectly, and Aonishiki kind of noticed and shifted his weight and reversed it, and he leg tripped Hoshoryu. One of my notes here is this is an epic match worth going back and watching again and again.
Okay, I can't wait to see that. Now, friends, if you are hanging out and wondering what is Stan talking about, what notes, as we said earlier, we are the Sumo Show on Facebook, so jump over there, and Stan does a really awesome job putting together sort of the big moves of the day, as well as answering any questions that you might have, because Stan is our resident sumo expert. So head on over there and let's make some community together and party sumo style.
Yeah, right on.
Why not?
Party on, dude.
Party on, Daniel.
All right, so that means going into day 13, Hoshoryu and Onosato are tied at 11-1. And only one Rikishi is behind them at 10-2, and that's Takanosho, Maegashira 7 Takanosho.
There's some tension.
Yep, tied for third place are Aonishiki, Shodai, and Ryuden. Three names that we're familiar with. They're all tied at 9-3 going into day 13. So let's look at day 13, and we see that.
Yeah.
Well, Shonan Naomi is 6-7, not looking very good there.
No.
Daisho loses; he's also 6-7. See a lot of 6 and 7s here.
Yeah.
Hitoshi 6-7, Kin Bozan 6-7, Tobizaru 7-6, but he lost. He could have gotten his Kachikoshi that day. Ura gets his 9th win. Go Ura. Mitaki Umi 6-7. Roga 6-7. Lots and lots. Tommy Fuji gets his 4th win. Against Gonoyama. Abi gets his 3rd win. Hakuoho gets his 7th win, and he's starting to look better. I'm still at this point occasionally typing comments in my notes about I sure wish he'd just get his 8th win and go and take the time off, but it's now becoming clear he won't, because he's starting to fight a little better. Shodai gets bumped back up to fight against Sekiwake Kirishima and
doesn't win.
Kirishima 6-7. Onosato beats Wakataka Kage, sending him to 6-7. And Hoshoryu loses again.
Oh, buddy.
Loses to Kotozakura. That's Kotozakura's 9th win, is to beat the Yokozuna. And there's one of the things if you go to the Facebook page, I linked to an interesting article that was posted on the ItalianOzeki.com.
I see it.
With a lot of with the thoughts that the Oyakata gave about Hoshoryu's second loss in a row, and a lot of them had to say that it was mental. He's got it in his head. When you're a Yokozuna, you've got to lose and come back and have faith in yourself. And he came back and didn't look like he had faith in himself at all.
Dang it.
So, so yes. Hoshoryu loses 2 in a row after being perfect all the way. Ka-chunk, ka-chunk.
Oh, that's a rough one. It's a real
And
rough one.
now, as we head into day 14, Onosato's up by 1. Onosato is 12-1, and Hoshoryu is 11-2. With 2 days left to go, so it's reversed. What we were talking about earlier in the week is reversed. Now, if they both win on day 14, we go into day 15 with Onosato up by 1, and if he wins the tournament, and Hoshoryu down by 1. If he wins, he forces a playoff. So everything is completely switched around in 3 days.
Yeah.
In third place is Aonishiki and Takanosho at 10-3. If Onosato wins on day 14, their chances are gone, right? Because he'll need to lose 2 with only 1 day left in order to drop down to being equal to them. So let's look at what happened on day 4. What happened on day 14?
What happened?
Well, I'll tell you some very. What happened on day 14? Tobizaru wins.
Yay.
Daisho gets his Makekoshi, loses. So we knew he was going to get it. But he's 6-8, which means that he can still win on. If he wins on Sunday, he'll only be 7-8, which is a pretty good record. And particularly since he had the first week where he didn't look like he could really even move forward.
Right.
Kim Bozon goes to 7-7. Who goes to 7-7 here? These are the people who we say are coming to my house.
That's right.
Right. Kim Bozon 7-7. Shonan Naomi down there at the bottom 7-7.
Yeah.
No one else around here. Shodai loses again to go to 9-5. Loses to Oshoma. Uda goes to 10-4. Hakuoho 7-7 and Kusano 7-7. Both of them losing on day 14 in order to get to 7-7. Tommy Fuji loses again to go to 4-10. Just not looking good. Abi loses again 3-11. Koto Shoho loses again 3-11. Aonishiki beats Hiradomi to go to 11-3. Takanosho beats Kirishima. Kirishima again. That makes him Makekoshi. He also goes to 6-8. There go his dreams. So both of our Sekewake are not looking good. All right, so Onosato. Here's the big thing. This just looks normal. Onosato beats Kotozakura. The thing that was shocking about it was Kotozakura went Kyujo. He pulled out.
Oh.
Coming into day 14, and I'd completely he's been running along looking so. He got his 9th win by beating Hoshoryu.
Yeah.
You think he wants to come in, and if he can beat both Yokozuna, that's a huge feather in his cap, despite the fact that he's not going to get the yusho. But no, he pulls out. So Onosato gets his needed win by default.
Well, okay.
Which means now Hoshoryu is facing Wakataka Kage.
Okay.
And if he wins, then the next day playoff situation is still in play. And if he loses, Onosato just wins the tournament. So what does he do? Big, fat, stinking Hanka.
Oh, boy.
He line up. He beats Wakataka Kage for his Wakataka Kage's 8th loss, his Makekoshi. And he does it with just a big stinker of a henka. I mean, not even a little one, not even one of those kind of hit and slide to the side ones. He just leapt out to his left, and Wakataka Kage just drove forward and landed on his stomach. And it's one of
Yeah,
those when you watch it, it's one of those where you listen to the crowd go,
I was gonna
"Oh!"
ask how the crowd reacted because that's just
The crowd was not pleased, but it did get what Hoshoryu what he needed, which was the win.
right.
And you can hear some of the announcers talking about that, saying, "Well, I mean, it's not illegal, and he got the win. That's all we're going to remember is he got the win." But I was so double shocker on
Yeah.
on Saturday. Kotozakura pulls out, giving a free win to one Yokozuna. The other Yokozuna does a cowardly hanka. I'm not
Hanka.
telling this too hard, am I? It just
Yeah, right.
when you see it on replay,
I've got it. I've got it here lined up. And it comes with many comments appended.
I'm sure it does.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Folks are
they're
not
not
super
happy.
happy.
They're
Not
not
happy
happy
about
about
it.
it.
Yeah. Now, has he pulled a Hanka in the past?
Everyone has at some point. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
maybe so.
It's
Yes,
certainly
he doesn't very often, and I'm kind of remembering us talking about it when he did once or twice in sometime in the last couple of years. But yeah, no, that's a Yokozuna that's really not supposed to happen. Although interestingly, they showed one of the matches from 10 years ago, and Hakuho had pulled a big Henka on one of his matches. So
oh,
um, I don't.
a
They
little
showed that
subtle
this is
messaging
before we
there.
knew that Hoshodi was going to do this, but it certainly is a reminder that even the greatest will sometimes do this kind of thing. But um, yeah, no. Given the fact that Wakataka Kage was fighting for his Kachikoshi, and you know Hoshoryu had had a couple of bad days and really was needed to shore up his Yokozuna pride. That's really not a way to get your pride.
Not the way to do it. Yeah, yeah.
Um,
I'm really surprised. I
yeah,
really am. I just kind of have to wonder. There are a lot of people who are responding with, Hoshoryu knows what what he needs to do to win, and he's just trying to win and do his thing, and
yeah,
then there are just people who are incensed. They're just absolutely
yeah.
beside themselves. And then there's the third person that says, "Why does everybody hate a Hanka?"
Remember when you were that person?
I sure do. I
Remember how
sure do.
Owen and I just went, "Oh, Troy,"
Yes, yeah. I literally wanna be, "Oh, sweet summer child."
and now you understand. See
Yeah,
how far you've
literally,
come.
verbatim, I remember even the words coming out of my lips, "I don't get the Hanka hate. It's a legal move." It's not illegal.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Yep.
There you go.
The eternal battle.
All right. So this takes us to day 15, Senshuraku, the final day.
Mhm.
And the final match of the day, the Musubi no Ichiban, is going to be our two Yokozuna going head to head.
Yes.
Onosato leading by 13-1 to 12-2. If Onosato wins, he will win the tournament. If Hoshoryu wins, they'll be tied and they'll have to have a playoff. And we've got two Come to Stan's House matches because, as they often do, paired those Rikishi against each other.
Yeah, yeah.
So Hiradomi was paired against Kimbozan, and Kusano is paired against Shonano. So, what do you think happened?
I don't even know what to think. I think it's exciting that we're here. It's
All right, now I'm going to turn the results off so I can go to day 15 and you won't get it.
yeah.
Here we go.
There we go.
All right, you ready?
I am ready. I mean, this is what we've been waiting for. This is what we were excited about.
All right, here we go. Tobizaru gets his 9th win, beats Asakota.
Good. That's my guy.
Hitoshi manages to get a 7th win after getting his Makekoshi
Okay.
on day 14. He gets his 7th win. Mitakeumi likewise. Mitakeumi had an okay tournament. I mean, last tournament was out of nowhere 10 wins because he hadn't had Hachikoshi in going on 2 years. This he did okay. He's not at the point in his career. He's not at the point in his physical fitness that he's going to be having double-digit wins.
Yeah.
Very much anymore. So going 7 and 8, it's a Makekoshi, but not. I don't feel so terrible about that.
Yeah.
I kind of wish it had gone the other way, but whatever. Shishi and Shodai paired up on the last day, and Shodai gets the win. That was also a very good match.
I was gonna ask, yeah, because Shishi looked really strong, and in interviews and things was seeming quite positive. I've actually grown a bit more fond of Shishi.
Again?
For real, not just ironically because of his butt wiggle, but yeah, he's really in it to win it. He's also just a good-hearted dude.
Yeah, well, he was very popular coming up. It wasn't until he got to the top division that his weaknesses kind of got laid bare. He came up against people who were, more experienced than him, and his being big and being fast and being athletic was not good enough.
Yeah.
But I'm glad to see him doing well.
Me too. I hope it's a string of good sumo for him to come because I want to see him do well.
So both Shishi and Shodai finish at 10 and 5. Very good records.
That's great.
Who else we got here? Kusano gets his Kachikoshi.
Hey.
He beats Shonan Naomi to get his Kachikoshi. And Hiradomi beats Kim Bozan. So those were our bubble Rishi. Those are the guys who came to my house this time.
The 7 and 7ers, yep.
Daisho got a 7th win out of it. He managed to got paired up with Gonoyama, who only had the 1 win. He finishes at 1 and 14.
Gonoyama, so sorry, friend. That's hard.
Really not good for him.
No.
He seems very likely to be going down to Juryo next time. Tommy Fuji gets a 5th win. Hakuoho gets his 8th win. Beating Ura. Abi finishes at 3 and 12. Also, Koto Shoho also 3 and 12. Aonishiki loses to Wakamoto Haru on the final day. But he did get a special prize. And one of the I didn't read this anywhere else. One of the things that Kintamiyama put on his video was that how they sometimes give you the conditional special prizes. They tell you if you do this. Well, he got a special prize, and he was told that if Hoshoryu wins the tournament, you'll get another prize. Which is the first time I've ever heard of that, of your prize being contingent on someone else winning.
That doesn't happen.
Right, but Aonishiki beat Hoshoryu, so that would be it. If he gets that win, that one loss that the champion went to him, that would be the thing. Since he's already up for one prize, it would solidify a second prize. Takayasu beats Kirishima.
Oh,
yeah, not not good for Kirishima. Wakataka Kage gets a 6th win, but he's still Makekoshi. So both are Sekewake. Kirishima and Wakataka Kage are Makekoshi. Onosato and Hoshoryu.
There we go.
Wins. Hoshoryu wins.
Good.
And in fact, he did it the same way that Onosato had trouble in the other ones. He came like a cannonball off the line and just knocked him backwards and won the bout before Onosato could get his feet under him.
So in past bouts between Hoshoryu and Onosato, what is their historical win versus loss? Like, is it
Hoshoryu's got the edge.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's in fact, I think Onosato had previously beat him once. But I mean, it's not a super long record.
No, of course not. No, yeah, and I don't necessarily mean it to put too much significance on it, but I'm. It's kind of nice to watch these two battle it out for that, for the spot, and I'm very relieved that Hoshoryu wrapped it up.
Tied it up. So now we're going to the playoffs.
Oy.
Oy,
oy, oy, oy.
I got a sour stomach just thinking about it. Can Hoshoryu beat him twice in a row?
Can
Onosato bounce back from that loss, regather himself, and get a win against the Yokozuna, who he doesn't win against very often?
That is kind of Onosato's just brand, like he gets in there and does the thing, and Hoshoryu's is not necessarily to be, to hold a theme over from one to another.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you that Onosato wins.
Aha! Look at that.
Wins in the playoff. And
I feel good about this because I feel like I've learned some things and was able to bring it to bear on what would be expected from these two. Yeah,
you grow in knowledge, child.
I do. Under your fine tutelage, but what do you think?
What?
How do you feel about this?
Well, it's what I predicted, so I feel pretty good about it.
Right. Well, I guess what I really mean to say is, does Hoshoryu lose a lot of face here?
It's hard to say.
Yeah.
I don't think he lost. No, he didn't lose a lot of face. That Henka
I don't think so.
was gonna. There are people that will bother for years.
Yes. Yeah.
Part of that will depend on when the two of them, when Wakataka Kage and Hoshoryu fight next tournament, or
right. Yeah.
Right. We see that a lot when a Henka or something weird like that happens. What it means in the big picture, in the historical picture, is very often strongly determined by what happens in their next few encounters.
Right.
So
the crowd hasn't really often had, outside of the questionable toe injury and things like that, the sumo hasn't really had. Hoshoryu is not really a dishonorable actor, right? I mean,
no.
And
he's very well liked, and like we talked about before, he's super good. He's just questionable for him. It's really weird for him to go 13-2.
Yeah.
Right? He usually has had weak ones. Everyone's wanted him to shore that up. So again, as we wind up saying about a lot of things, this was great. The question is, what's he going to do in November? And has he turned a corner where this is the kind of performance he's going to put in every tournament? Which would be great.
It would be great. I hope so, because Sumo deserves it. He deserves it.
Onosato has already shown that he is going to put in this performance 3 out of 4 tournaments.
That's his brand, right?
right?
Right.
He has every once or twice a year he has an off tournament, or so far. Like that could change too. He could just become absolutely rock solid, but he's only 24. He's already this is his fifth yusho win. Um,
So he's a contender. This is where he's meant to be. He's
yeah,
gonna hover
he's
here,
going to
right? And
be
Horshou's face.
he's going to be in the yusho contention most tournaments. And
Yeah.
being healthy, oh, knock on wood, all that uh, being up to the fates.
Yeah.
If he stays healthy, he is going to be in contention, in the mix, fighting for just about every yusho. And Hoshoryu, we'd love it if that was the case, but he still has not shown us that it's not something that once or instead it's the opposite. Like
Yeah.
Onosato, once or twice a year he'll slip up and won't be in it.
Yeah.
Hoshoryu, once or twice a year, historically, he has managed to keep it together and be in it. And our hope is that this is the start of a new era for him, where he's
Yeah.
now involved like this in every tournament.
Well, so now
But
how old is Onosato?
24.
Okay, yeah. Hoshoryu is 30,
No, Hoshoryu
20,
27.
27 or 28.
He's pretty young.
Yeah. It's still not a terribly crazy age difference either. It's making for a good
Let's see what it says
top
here.
of the heap.
Hoshoryu is 26.
26. Okay, yeah.
26. And Onosato is 25.
All right, so there's not a ton
Just
of
about a year's
difference.
difference between them.
Yeah. Not super significant enough to,
Yeah. So if I come here and I change it over to this, we can see everyone's final scores. This is how things wrapped up for the tournament.
Okay.
Onosato and Hoshoryu both 13-2. Onosato the better 13-2. Kotsakura 9-5-1. Our Sekiwake both 6-9. Our Komusubi Takayasu is 7-8, and Aonishki's 11-4. So Aonishki is going up to Sekiwake.
Okay.
Now the question is, will they just drop Wakataka Kage half a rung? Because our Maegashira ones were both Makekoshi. Tamawashi was 6-9. Abi was 3-12. Hakuoho and Oho at Maegashira 2. Oho got double-digit wins.
Yeah.
So there's a outside chance that they'd push him up, but push him up to Sekiwake? I don't think so. I really don't think so. I think that Aonishiki and Wakataka Kage gets the largesse of everyone around him losing to buffer him, so he only drops half a run. And then Oho and Hakuoho, and then does Kirishima drop a whole drop out at 6-9? So maybe Kirishima and Oho at Komusubi and Hakuoho is at Maegashira 1. That seems the most likely to me.
Yeah, okay.
They might drop Kirishima all the way down. They might. They can't. I really don't see them dropping Wakataka Kage and making, because if they did that, then they'd have to put it'd be Aonishiki and Oho as our Sekiwake, and that just seems a little
weird,
weak.
Yeah,
a little weak. So we'll see. But now we see again, looking at what's going on, our Maegashira, our divisions like we do for our game. The upper Maegashira, both Maegashira 1s, Makekoshi. Both Maegashira 2s, Kachikoshi. 3s, both Make. 4, both Kachi. 5, both Make. So
Well, that is just a weird,
you're gonna have we should have a good sprinkling of familiar name people. It's not going to be a complete washout like it's been some tournaments recently. Here in the middle, we've got Onokatsu, wound up with a Makekoshi. Kusuno gets his Kachikoshi. Takanosho finishes 12-3. Ura finishes 10-5.
All right, Ura.
Daisho, as we said, 7-8. Makekoshi, but good considering where he started the tournament. He finished strong, and his last match also was a very good match, well worth watching. Shodai finishes at 10-5.
Ay.
Shishi finishes at 10-5.
Good for him. I'm happy to see that.
And we can come over here, and we're going to look at the Sancho Riki, who won special prizes. So Hakuoho got I never remember which one they are. I need them translated for me every time. I think that's Fighting Spirit. I don't know. Takanosho and Aonishiki all won special prizes. And of course, Hakuoho also gets another special prize in our tournament, our game, because he got a Kimboshi. He beat Hoshoryu. So that's very good for him.
Very, very good for him.
Very good for him. So, what does that mean? Well, it means it was a good tournament.
It does. Is it? Does it mean something else?
It means that we're gonna have to. We got some exciting stuff going on. That was an exciting tournament. Now we've got a game.
Got a game. Fantasy Oyakata.
That's the one.
That's the one.
All right. If I go there and I go there and I do this, and then we come over here and we can see that things are all set. Here we go. We're all set for the Fantasy Oyakata roundup.
Yeah.
Best possible score is 60.
Okay.
And that would be if you picked either Hoshoryu or Onosato, because the playoff doesn't count for our purposes.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, okay. Isn't included
like
in
we saw before. Their record was 13-12. Both of their records were 13-12.
Okay.
Aonishiki, you picked Aonishiki for the Sanyaku level, and Hakuoho for the upper Maegashira level, and Takanosho, who's got special prize. We got 2 special prizes for Hakuoho. He Wakamoto Haru also they wound up was 9-6. So they were about tied with just the Kimboshi, but that other special prize put Hakuoho over the top for our purposes for ranking.
Yeah, look at this.
And then in the lower Maegashira, if you took Shodai or Shishi.
That's so funny. 2 of the guys that I would pick on a lark or just to be, sort of a smart ass. They sit.
Onosato for the yusho and Hoshoryu for the Jun yusho, you get another one. And all of that would add up to 60 points.
All right.
So, down here at the bottom of everyone is Urabe.
Okay.
37 points. Who had Onosato and Wakataka Kage and Koto Shoho. Kusuno's okay. Asakoryu, not so good. And didn't get either points at the end. Next up, we have, I think, 2 people tied. It may be more. There may be a third. And one of them at 40 points.
I knew it. It's that Wakataka Kage.
Yeah, Onosato, Wakataka Kage didn't do you any favors. But Tetsu Harashi picked Abi. Oh, and you picked Hoto Shoho. Wow,
Yeah.
both of you, the 3 and 12s. Look at that. Daisho and Kusano and Tobizaru or Hitoshi.
Well, friend,
But you picked Onosato. You got both of these right,
Yes,
which
I
is why
did.
you tied with him because he did better there. But you got Onosato and Hoshodu 2 bonus points,
Nice.
so you both wind up with 40. And then,
Well, yeah.
go ahead.
I was just gonna say to our friend Tetsurashi, it's nice to be tied with you.
That's very nice of you.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Let me see. I can figure this out.
Because the two of us combined is 80.
Which is great.
Yes.
No, it's not going to tell me. Okay. All right. So next, I don't know how many people we're going to have here tied in a row. 41 points. Oh, yes. Sumo Fist.
Sumo Fist.
And
I see.
Masatarida. Okay, so Sumo Fist at 41.
Okay.
Picking Koto Sakura. That was a...
Yeah.
Yeah. But because you also had Ao Nishiki, and Tommy Fuji didn't help me either. Kusano and Hitoshi, just kind of a mama. Masatarida picked Onosato both for his Yusho and Junya. Got 1 point out of that. But he had Meisei down at the bottom, and Daisho, he picked Hakuoho, which is pretty good number there, best possible. He picked Waka Takakage, killed a lot of our hopes, and Onosato. 43 points. Above that, we have 48 points. Me.
Nice.
So
we did have quite a few new people bringing some new magic and energy into this.
A lot of new energy here. Onosato, these are pretty much all of our recognizable names. Down here.
That's right. In the order that we may see them in, Yeah,
they're going on the board. Wakataka Kage, Hakuoho, Kusano, Tobizaru. That's not bad. Wakataka Kage is the one that let me down. If he'd done half decent, I'd that'd been a big spring up.
Yeah, no, I mean that's not bad at all. So what's your score then?
It's my score is 48.
Yeah, that's great.
So then I'll tell you what we have is 3 people tied.
I was gonna say, this must be the tie right here.
At 49.
Wow. And as everybody knows, you when there's a 3-way tie in our Fantasy Oyakata, we get into a ring together and they fight to the death.
Which is exactly not what happens.
Yeah, no, we couldn't afford that.
Right. We can't afford a ring.
Not a death.
Hoshori Onosato, 2 Nishikis and a Kirishima.
Good picking.
So if he had picked, I would look at that. If I thought because I'd been, should I take Wakataka Kage or Ao Nishiki? If I'd gotten Ao Nishiki, I'd have zoomed up. But Shinsei Sakura, if he'd done it, he was 1 ahead of me already. So he'd have still beaten me by 1. Tamawashi and Tommy Fuji, Uda, Takanosho, Kusano, Shishi, Shodai. Look at those great picks there. And I will say it again, I mocked them at the start for making those choices.
And
they have proven me wrong.
We do it every time. We're like, that person, why are you picking that? It's ridiculous. And then up they go.
So those are, I'm 48 in 3rd place. Tied for 2nd place are Interrobang, Shinsei Sakura, and Of the High, all at 49. But our winner of the Fantasy Oyakata for the 2025 Aki Basho is
Hey!
Hey, BW Vay, who got 51 points.
Wow, nicely
51,
done.
not just by not edging out, got a buffer
That is great.
with the choices of Onosato, Aonishiki, Wakamoto Haru.
Who
The only person that
knew?
went for Wakamoto Haru this way.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I mean, he was not one on my list, like
Yep.
Wakataka Kage, but yeah, he.
I think I'm right now. I don't know how what I'll do when time comes around to pick next time.
I
But
don't
right
either.
now, I'm thinking I'm not picking either one of those Waka brothers again.
And they're both dudes just tremendously. I mean, every
Yeah.
time I switch back and forth,
Yep.
I picked Wakataka Kage, and he's like, "I'm going to take a nap this
Yeah.
time."
Yeah. No, right now, my my take on it is the Waka brothers and I do not mix. They're not on my team
That's
anymore.
right.
They're not invited.
They're not. Nope. Nope.
We'll see. Takayumi in the lower division, and he got Onosato right. So, I think I'm the
Great.
only person. Oh no, you're the only person that got both right.
And look
You
at
are.
me bringing
Look
up
at
the
that.
rear.
You're the only person that got both right.
Yeah.
So there we have it. It's nice spread of points. I looked it up. We don't always have people scoring in the 50s
Yeah.
in this, so this is a good. We got a lot of people up at the higher 40s and lower 50s. It's a good tournament.
Well, we should write something up or share this in some way. Maybe I'll do it with a screenshot over on Reddit. Because we got a lot of attention over there, and want to thank everybody who's checked out the show and participated in the Fantasy Oyakata. I am very happy for you.
I'm so happy for you.
So thrilled.
Yeah. So Bay will come or BW will come over here and into the all-time champs list
That's
and
right.
drop down here just below Ghetto Flower
Yeah.
for one yusho, and then down here at no yushos but a June yusho, all three of them, Terabang or Jackie Skidmore, Jace, and Lemon will all go on there. Oh, here's the other thing I talked about Jackie Skidmore on the
Yeah.
last time because they had asked some good questions and continue to. However, she pointed out to me, I assumed that Jackie Skidmore was a he. In that was the pronouns I chose when talking about her, and she very politely said to me,
Let you know. Yeah. Okay.
just so you know. And she said it's not a big deal, and I said, no, I will try and get it right from now on,
Yeah.
and I will hear mea culpa and say, sorry that I made, sorry I just made an assumption. But yes, Jackie Skidmore is
Thank
going to
you,
be
madam.
here on our all-time champions list.
Yeah. No. So, am I? So the people that aren't. Oh, I see. I see. How many total champions have we had? Like, have we've done this? Is it 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12? Now I lost by count.
This was our 10th. This was our 11th Fantasy Oyakata game.
Got you. Very nice.
And I don't know. I'm not sure what's coming through on the screen. Yeah, now at the bottom you can see I've got them. I've got them all still down here.
Oh, good, good, good. Yeah, I'm wondering if we shouldn't at some point have a special Fantasy Oyakata All Champs League.
That's every time. All they have to do is show up.
That's right. That's very true. Plus, you're all champs to me.
They are all champs in my book.
That's right. Yeah, and literally in
Although
your
I
book.
have to say I'm very jealous of that 1 point difference.
Oh, I know. I know.
So close. So close.
So close.
But on the other hand, I'm very happy to see someone who's not me have a robust number of people who are not me who are doing well. I think I've said this before. I always feel a little bit of shame when I win my own game.
You do. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you do, but I mean, what would it's kind of exciting that we
Yep,
get people who are
yep.
participating and diving in and giving you a run for your money, whereas I give you a real,
You're very Hoshodu. You
yeah,
every 1 or 2 times a year you give me a run for my money.
that's right. I'm trying hard the rest. I'm not doing a
All
showdown
right,
here,
all right,
but yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, that's exciting.
all
Congratulations,
right.
everybody. And V, congratulations to you. Thank you for playing. And of course, you all know that you win absolutely nothing but our esteem and a free ticket to play the next one.
That's right. You don't have to pay anything to play the next
You
one,
don't. We
whereas
will.
everyone else has to
D-
pay nothing.
Has to pay nothing as well.
Right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But you got
No,
pride to
no,
back it up.
you don't have to pay anything. They
Great.
have to pay nothing.
That's true. That is true. Yeah. I love the way you put it. I think it makes everyone feel like a winner.
Oh boy.
Well,
There we
Staniel, what do you
go.
think?
Another Basho in the books.
Another boss show in the books. Yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one. There's a few matches I've got queued up here that I want to check out just for the joy of it. Shocked at the Henka.
Have you watched it yet?
Well, I kind of have it playing a little bit in the background, but I keep pausing it and then I hit it because I want to see it so bad. So I haven't played it all the way through. I do see a very animated audience, which is one of my favorite things to watch when people are
Oh, so you know what? We in when we were doing the video,
yeah,
we we very often would talk about looking at people um
yeah,
in the crowd. And there were some good people watching during this tournament. But one of my favorite things, there are a couple of, if you watch these over time, you come to recognize some people who very often who show up very often and always have the same seats when they are
yeah,
there. And in Kintamiyama's videos, I was talking about a little earlier, he will show a match or two from 10 years ago.
yeah.
And in one of the matches from 10 years ago, you got to see some of the people who are still there every time. It's like, oh, look,
How
there she is, 10 years younger.
how funny.
And I got to see, it was really nice. A couple of you begin to, I don't know, almost root for seeing them. Right? They're not there every
Yeah.
day. So the days there that they show up, you're like, oh, look, so and so's you make up your own name for them. Right? Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Sumo Grandma's there today.
That's right,
Okay,
right,
that's great.
right. Yeah.
Um, and but there was one of the shots had Sumo Grandma sitting in a different seat, but 10 years younger. There she was.
Oh, that's fun. I
Um,
wonder if there's a way for us to find out who that is or to see, I mean, it's just it's kind of a neat thread to kind of follow back in time. And plus, I just love looking at the crowd. They're
right.
so
And I know
funny.
that we're not a lot of sumo fans do that.
Yeah,
They watch and they notice the same people. So maybe that's something for you to follow up
I
with
think so.
on the Reddit, since
Yeah.
I don't do that so much. See
Yeah.
if they have anywhere of people who
The regulars
follow
in the
the
crowd. Yeah.
crowd.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna ask because I think it's always been fun, and for me, it's part and parcel of the charm and the ceremony. That they're just you see those people in the crowd.
Yeah.
Uh, that's fun. I will. I'll ask.
There was a young woman in this tournament, and I think I saw her in the spring, the last time they were in Tokyo also. In behind the east end. She was there 2 or 3 different days. Had a very chic, uh, severe haircut. Like the
Okay.
side, the top was flat and ironed and straight across the top, and the side of her head was shaved,
Oh,
and
so
the
yeah, so
very
hardcore fashion
yeah
nista.
yeah,
Yeah.
and very very pretty young woman. Um, but the haircut is what drew my eye every time. And so when she showed up on multiple days, I noticed this time, and I'm wondering maybe she's a new regular that we can count on
Yeah,
tournament after
kind of.
tournament.
That's great. That's really fun.
Oh,
I'll
and
post.
another thing besides that, seeing people you recognize in some of Kintamiyama's ones this time, I saw one of my favorites who's no longer shows up anymore.
Oh,
And she's a
is she the one
very,
that
very
dresses?
animated.
Yeah.
She's the kind of she roots.
Yes. Yes.
She's so excited, and
Yes. Oh,
oh,
right on
I
the edge of her seat. Yeah.
loved
Yeah.
watching her. I love whenever she would show up, and so it was so nice on the replays to just get to visit with her again for a
Right. Fond
reflective moment.
memories. Yeah, I mean, there is somebody tracking something. If
Yeah,
it's happening in sumo, there's a website, there's a
yeah,
something. So I'm gonna dig into it. And I really do want to do it. What's a bit of a bummer about the format now is that we do not get as close as I like
yeah,
to the Gyoji. We
yeah,
don't even talk about
yeah.
it anymore. They used to be a central bit of our, what flavor is this Gyoji was one of my favorite games to play.
I do miss those days too.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Well,
miss
we'll
them.
see
I
if
miss
we
them.
can't sprinkle the next Basho with some, take a break. Let's have a Gyoji break.
Have a Gyoji break.
I like
Have a
it.
Gyoji break.
That's a good idea. We could do Gyoji candy. Anyway, well, a
All
lot of
right.
fun, Stan. Thank you for doing all you do in the
Well, thank you for joining
sumo.
me
Yeah,
on this journey, this sumo journey.
that's right. Journeying we do and shall again.
Yeah, so we will be back around about the end of October, early November, when the Banzuke comes out for the Kyushu Basho, the last tournament of the year.
Right on. Everybody have a great rest of your September, and then we'll see them in November. So we skip over October.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
they won't even get to see me dressed as you and I dressed as the biggest sumo.
Well, maybe we can have a special show just for that.
Oh, sure, sure. Yeah, we can get a little creepy for cheapy.
Yeah.
Love it. All right, well, let's do it. Shall I drum these drums?
Roll them drums out.
Play. There we go.
Asked about the art and sport of sumo. Your hosts tonight have been Stan Brown and Troy Hewitt. Sumoliering. Oh, sorry, no. Production. Production first. Production by Troy Hewitt.
That's me.
Sumoliering by Stan Brown. And initial charge by Tachi Troy.
Hi.
So until sometime around the end of October, we say to you, Ja Mata.